A moment in naval history. In 1908, Congress formally established the Navy Nurse Corps, and these 20 women were selected as its first members. The Navy made no provision for their room and board, so the nurses pooled their money to rent a house and provided their own meals. By the eve of World War I, the Corps had grown to 160. It was clear, however, that many more nurses were needed. During the war, the Navy deployed 5 base hospital units in France, Scotland, and Ireland. Throughout the war, the Navy continued to enlist nurses, including the first African-American member of the Corps, Phyllis May Daly. Nurses were needed everywhere, including the front lines. Ensign Jane Kende was the first U.S. Navy flight nurse to perform her duties on a battlefield, helping to treat and evacuate wounded Marines from Iwo Jima. In Korea, many Navy nurses with World War II experience were called to active duty once again. In Vietnam, nurses not only treated sailors and Marines, but many times were called upon to provide care to civilians as well. Today, Navy nurses are deployed all over the world, participating in humanitarian as well as combat support missions. Their role has been the same since 2008, to be healers of mind, body, and spirit, and ambassadors of hope.
Fred Troutman. He's retired Air Force. He's going to commission me in the Navy today. Fred isn't just someone in a suit. He actually was my clinical instructor during my, what was that? I'm trying to remember. It was winter. It was winter quarter community health class. And I did a rotation through one of the prisons in Portland. Fred was my clinical instructor, so he's the one that I met with every week, and he made sure everything was going okay, and we collaborated about different things that happened and clarified paperwork and assignments and just the overall experience as a nurse working in the prison. It's a very unique setting. So Fred was phenomenal, and I had a lot of fun working with him, and it was really great. So I was really honored to get to ask him to come and be here today and to do this part. So I'm going to let him take over.
Okay, so this is the more formal part. I was going to say something about her long journey to get her degree, but I think she's told you about that already. So this is the next phase of her career, and having spent 26 years in the Air Force, I can tell you it's a grand ride. It is really something special to be making this step. So when you take the oath of office to become an officer, you swear to defend the Constitution. This is a solemn ceremony. You swear to defend the Constitution. The President is the Commander-in-Chief, and you swear allegiance to the President, which I always like to mention that regardless of your own political leanings, the President is our Commander-in-Chief, so you have to put your own politics aside. So what we will do is just go through the ceremony. It's quite short. I'll ask you all to stand, and we'll do it. We'll do it right here.
Okay.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you will raise your right hand and swear after me. I,
Alessa Andersen,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation, or purpose of evasion, that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office which I am about to enter. So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you. You got a good piece.
Yes.
Whoops. It's going to get away from me yet.
next? I just got my orders 2 days ago, and I leave in 3 weeks from today for Rhode Island. That's where Officer Development School is. I'll be there for 5 weeks, and then I fly straight to San Diego and report for duty. I'll be stationed in San Diego at the Naval Hospital there for 3 years. My total commitment time is 5 years active. So during these first 3 years, I'm getting grounded as a nurse. I'm getting into the system. I'm figuring out how it works, both on the military side and also military medicine wise. I do plan on furthering my education in the next few years, and I plan on timing that right so they pay for it.
Yes, very good.
That'll hopefully line up in a couple promotions from now. So I don't really know other than that, but those are my plans right now. And thanks again for coming, guys. Please eat more.
I didn't say one thing, and that is, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Ensign Alessa Andersen.
Thank you. Well, I don't know what to do now, but anyways.
I want to eat.
Yeah. Eat more? Yes, please.
And I don't think
Oh, yes.
Right. Well, Peter was not.
Is your daughter? Dad, I said I could
How's it going?
Hi, Amen.
Are you now?
Hi.
Oh, a minute.
say your full name.
Okay.
And then you repeat after me.
Yeah, all the way
And then at the end, I will introduce you, and we can shake hands.
Okay.
You can salute me if you want.
What?
Yeah.
No
And
stick.
like this, thumb to the side, okay? And it just touches the corner of your eyebrow. No, you're bending your wrist.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in so
Yeah.
much trouble.
So you can salute. So you can salute me. Yeah. Now you know the first time an enlisted person comes up to you and they salute you in your uniform, you give you're supposed to. The tradition is you give them a silver dollar.
On the chair.
Oh.
But there are no silver dollars anymore, so I think it's up to about a 10 spot. So just know that that's going to happen to you at some point. Anybody with less rank than you salutes you. So the first one that does it gets a 10 spot or whatever you feel like giving it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Anything else? Oh, I will introduce you. You're ensign, right? Okay. I was sure that was it, but I thought maybe he was doing something strange. I didn't
No,
know.
it's I'm ensign for time and grade, so
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, and so actually my hat should never be that way.
No,
It should be turned over.
Yeah.
It should be turned over. But when you get to be a senior officer, you will have, they sometimes call it scrambled eggs, and it's sometimes called farce and darts.
No, you were Air Force.
Right.
That's what I
So
thought. I was
you will
thinking
have basically
uniform,
a black uniform, with your dress uniform.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that we should go like over there towards the tree.
Okay.
It's not
Where is your home in Malaysia?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Some people put on the things before. But
Really? Hi. Second mom. Oh, we grew up together. And then Nathan. We all grew up together.
Nathan?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, sir.
And he said that too.
And then it's like cloudy, you know. This has been a really long time coming. And I have a couple special things I want to do today before I commission. If you didn't know, I'm swearing in today as an officer. Some of you were there for my first swearing in event, and that was into the service. But now I commission in as an officer active in the Navy, and that happens now, and then I leave for training, so I'll be ready to go. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Before that though, there's a few things I wanted to say. Sorry, I'm gonna try to yell. So a few people put on the spot, but I think you'll be fine. My grandma's the first one. I have a couple of like little trivia things. How much do you know about me that we're gonna go through? Don't worry, there's only 5, but I think it'll be fun. So the first one is, as a child, what did I want to be when I grew up? A mom, a doctor, a singer, or a missionary? So you can't guess on 2, Dad.
That is correct.
Yeah. So my grandma always tells this story. When I was 4 years old, I always pretended that I was something. And I always talked about being what?
Doctor.
A doctor. So that like heart to care for people and to do something that helps other people has been there since a really young age. And you know, that's a memory that I wouldn't remember without my grandma. And my grandparents have been just some of those pillars in my life through my whole life, and especially as I've gone through my schooling in the last decade. They've been really instrumental in the support, and so I just wanted to take a second and say thank you for all of your help. So, and then this is for you. Yeah. This is called a shooting star hydrangea, and I thought that was like kind of cute and appropriate because it's a shooting star.
So that means that we should expect to see a doctorate of nursing from you at some point?
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah. I like my parents.
Yeah, maybe I'll help pay for that.
I want my parents. My parents are next. You have to come up here. So my next little trivia is, you want to read it?
What is Alessa's first bachelor degree in? SAS, biology, theology, or mathematics?
Some of you know the answers to that. It's definitely not mathematics. And I think someone else beats me on SAS, so it's actually theology. When I finished high school, I went straight to a Bible school, and my plan was to do 2 years and get an associate's. I wanted the foundation. I wasn't in it for a career thing, but I felt like I needed to stay longer, and I ended up being there for 4 years, got a bachelor's in theology with a minor in humanities, which I ended up having to redo to get into nursing school anyways. But, you know, those were really character shaping, building years for me. And I wouldn't be who I am without those years and the support of my parents. My parents were the kind of parents that never told us what we had to do and encouraged the dreams and the gifts and the desires within us. And, you know, we've all of us have done different things with our lives. And my parents have been so incredibly supportive. And they're strong in different ways. They give strength to me in different ways. My mom is like the everyday, she probably's lost count of how many teary phone calls she's received from me, pretty much every math class through all of my algebra. And, you know, my dad, we've had really important conversations through the years that have helped me make the big decisions, like when I was graduating high school and even trying to figure out, I don't know what to do. Do I stay here and do something local? I don't know if I had what it takes, is what I was really going through in my mind. And then there's this whole, well, what is the will of God for me? And how do I know what that is? And how do I know? You know? And there's one thing that my dad said to me way back then that's always stuck with me. And it was, well, I think the will of God is first accomplished in who you are and then what you do. And so many of us operate the other way around. And so he said, so if you want to spend some time building who you are in your faith and in your personhood and going through a school, a Bible school or whatnot, like, do it. There's nothing wrong with that. You're going to come out better. And that's always stuck with me, and it's helped me make decisions along the way. I also texted him when I took my first algebra test and said, I've been defeated by an X. Numbers don't belong. I mean, math is for numbers, not the alphabet. But anyways, he said, you'll be fine. And I was.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah, getting there. So I actually have something different for them. This is for you. And that's for you. You guys should open them now.
Okay.
Something to eat, I hope.
No. It's pink.
Something pink.
So of course, if you're in the military, you have proud parents, right?
Oh yeah.
So I figured I'd get them started right.
That's right.
Somewhere. So, yeah. So thank you. I love you guys. No soup here, Sherry, right? Is that okay? Yeah, good. Yeah. You need it? Okay. Cool. All right. And then, is Laura out here? Laura, and this is their beautiful home. Thank you for hosting this party. I think we should clap for them. It's beautiful. Thank you. So, I've known Alex and Laura for a super long time. Alex was a year ahead of me in PBC when I started, the Bible school. And then Laura came along soon after and they got married. And we've all been friends ever since. So the little question that I had for them, and some of you might not know this, is how long did it take me to achieve my BSN degree? 5 years? 7 years? 10 years? Or 3 years? Do you know what the answer is?
I don't know.
It's this one.
Okay, that's what I guess.
You can tell everyone what it is. Yeah.
It's 7 years.
7 years. So I went through my bachelor's degree program first, and then I kind of floundered for a year and a half or so trying to figure out how to start the next one, and had a lot of fun working at the same time and just kind of focusing on some of that. When I did start my prereqs for nursing, I started with the hardest thing first, and that for me, as I said, is math. Laura has a bachelor's in mathematics, and if not for her, I wouldn't have made it through all 6 of my algebra classes. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because not only Laura tutoring me through that, he gave up a lot of precious time with his wife so she could do that for me. And I'm really, really grateful. Alex and Laura have been super instrumental in helping me get through school. They've supported me in so many ways. So many ways. And I'm just really, really blessed by you guys. And you're just in continuous involvement in my life. So you guys get one of these too.
Thank you so
So we
much.
have to tell her.
Yes,
So,
I
thank
will.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, and then can I have Julie and Alicia join me on the stage? While they're coming, these are one of the most fantastic women I've ever known in my life. I've had the privilege of living with both of them, and with the combined time, I've lived with them the longest during my adult life in Portland. Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yes.
The other reason that I want to honor them today is because between the two of them, they made it through all of the prerequisites with me. And living with me was probably not that fun at times, going through all of those programs. Who knew I had corks in my own house? So
You know.
you know,
Baking in the middle of the night.
you have to say it louder.
Baking in the middle of the night.
Yep.
I only did that like a couple times.
You could tell how stressed she was by how often she baked and how big it was. One time I came home to a 3-tier chocolate cake, and I knew that we were on the verge of a meltdown. So,
But the cake was really good.
it was.
It was always really good.
We had a lot of really good times, and you know, their friendship as well as roommateship has been encouraging. It's been pastoral. It's been just refreshment, and they've also helped me like keep having fun through the process. There was a time when I first was getting on the prerequisite bandwagon that it was really, really hard for me. I was going through some stuff personally, and Julie was there. And, you know, thinking back over that particular few weeks, months, she really carried my dream during that time when I was a little too broken to carry it myself. And she never let me forget it. She believed in me all the way through, and I'm really, really grateful because she knew it was for a short time and that I could do it when I didn't know I could do it myself. But once I got on that horse, I didn't get off again. We've been good ever since. Yep. So Alicia's been through a lot with me as well. And we had a lot of good times. I actually lived in the same house, and she moved out and then she moved in. So it's been easy. these two, living with these two pretty much equals, I think, about 9 years of my life in Portland, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's fun.
I wouldn't have made it without you guys. You
I
pulled me
wouldn't
through.
have.
So anyways, I wanted to thank them too. So I have one of these for you too.
Aww.
There's one for each of you.
Thank you.
Ooh, no, you can't. The running joke has always been Julie calls me
Dr. Alessa.
Dr. Alessa. Not a doctor. We're not, no.
But she
I
is.
know about that.
She is.
Anyways, so thanks guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then I have one more. Ella? Yeah. Come on. Here. You can hold the plant while I talk a little bit. Many of you don't know Ella. She's my best girlfriend. We started a summer program together, and we have held each other and pushed each other through since day one, pretty much. This is kind of silly, so I'm not even going to read it now because I really just want to talk about her. You know, nursing school comes with a whole new set of challenges and demands, and this girl went into it with 2 kids, married, and another one on the way that happened when? Last summer. So between our junior and senior year. And every time I was like, I can't get this paper done. I can't study for this test. I knew she was doing it with a house full of family to take care of as well. And it pushed me. It encouraged me and it inspired me to keep pushing on. If I was up writing a paper, I knew she was up writing a paper too. And we'd show up with coffee for one or the other to class and we'd get through it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take our state boards together like we planned, but she hasn't missed a beat. In fact, she knew I got licensed before I did. Because she kept checking the website and saw my license pop up before I did. So when I called her all excited, she was like, I know! I was like, okay. Anyways, thanks for being there, friend.
I love you.
I wouldn't have done this. I can't believe it. Like, God knows. He knows what we need, right? Yeah. There is a reason that she didn't get to start the year she wanted to start nursing school. And there's a reason that it took me so many more years to get there than I wanted to. Because the crew that I went through school with was just the best crew that I could have. So, thank you.
I'm proud of you.
I love you. I love you so much. So. And then one more thing, if you're related to me, will you like come towards me for a second? Sorry, that's a lot of people. My siblings, I should say that. My siblings. Together you're getting to see all the girls and some of the babes. Between all my siblings and their married people, I have 10 nieces and nephews. I have 2 brothers that aren't here today and their families, but these are my sisters. I just wanted you guys to see them because they're so beautiful and I'm so proud to be a part of them. My oldest sister, Erin, then there's me, and then Cam with Isaac, and then the boys are in the middle, so then we get to Carissa, who I live with right now, and then Haley, and then Jaina, the baby. You guys, I told you at Christmas, you guys are truly my tribe. You're my favorite people in the world and you're the ones I call first every single time. And I'm so proud that I got through this, that you guys have been there. And it has meant the world to me to know that my family supported me all the way through this, even though it's taking years, which is super not normal. I'm better for it. And I'm so glad you guys have been on this ride with me. So, thanks. I don't have t-shirts for you or anything. I'll get them eventually, so I love you guys. We're so proud. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Cool. I love you too.
Telling people they're really excited for it. This whole Navy thing is something very other for me.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited, but at the same time, just a little touch of terror.
Right.
Because I don't understand the Navy life.
Yeah.
There's always that, from the swearing in, there's always that possibility of, here's your orders, see ya.
Right.
It's almost gotten kind of old to say, but we're so very, very proud of you and what you've accomplished. Thinking back on how hard you've had to work and how long it's taken you to chip away at your education, getting your nursing degree, thinking back to when you were just a little girl wanting to be a medical missionary. It's just amazing to see that we're finally here crossing this threshold, that you can professionally go after this goal now. We're very excited for you, for your military career, your military years. I have to admit, I'm also a little terrified. We don't have any military experience in our family, so it'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds and plays out. I know it's going to be a fabulous experience for you, so again, we're really excited for you.
He'll get home tomorrow, and he will have been gone 21
Talking
hours.
to you down the road.
Thanks. I love you so much.
You did it all, baby.
Couldn't have done it alone, though.
I'm glad this part of the journey is finally over. All your school, although this last 7 years has brought us closer and created a bond between us that will always be there. And I'm excited for your next journey into all the adventures of being in the Navy. I'm so proud of you and so proud that you chose to join the military. Alessa, you are just the best daughter, and I couldn't be more proud. Good job, sweetie. I love you.
Okay, Alessa, it's been a long road for you, and we're glad that we were able to help you and encourage you and go for it.
Hi, honey. I just want to tell you how satisfied and what a wonderful, spectacular time this has been to see you reach your dream. Ever since you were that little 4-year-old and you ran to see anybody's blood, it's just been a good ride with you. I know you've had a hard time at times, but you made it. You did a good job, and we are just totally impressed with your achievements, with who you are as Alessa Joy.
So we're trying.
And the fact that God has blessed you
right now,
by letting
it's a 2-hour drive
us have you as our granddaughter. We're so grateful, and we just thank God for you, honey. You're a blessing. I love you. Papa loves you. This moment right now.
I'm gonna walk with you. Are you going this way?
No, I'm not going to let you.
Yeah, one like that.
And I was laid back, and you'd cried, but anyway, we put you on my well-endowed breast. And you and I fell sound asleep, and I have a picture of it somewhere. Yeah, it was so wonderful. I never forgot that moment. It was so special. And here you are today, baby girl. Good job.
I am so proud of you, Alessa. You are one of the biggest inspirations. I am so proud of your perseverance and your courage and everything that you put into this process. You are so incredible, and I can't wait to see where you go from here. I love you.
Alessa, just want to tell you how proud we are of you as our family, and we're going to be behind you. We're going to be praying for you, and we're going to be cheering for you all the way. And it is so great to have you representing our family in the military. And you know how patriotic we are, so we love you and we're just proud of you. All right, you're never alone. All right, Alessa, I'm going to try and quote a poem for you, and I might blow it, and if I do, I apologize, but it's still in times of, I want to encourage you in times of discouragement. It goes like this. My fate is not soul rape and mediocrity, imprisoned behind psychological bars, wondering if the wings of my dreams will hold when I decide to fly. It's safer to run like a coward in the stampede of rushing corpses where bullies strangle human spirit and life withers away. But my life won't wither away, for I will awaken a dream and mount up on wings and fly away. I'm tired of the lies. I refuse to believe that I cannot fly. I'm not afraid of heights, but I'm terrified of living a life tethered to what's not me. So I'm casting off this sad heart with my past so that I can stay airborne. Farewell to the naysayers who crowded out to watch me fall. It's too late, for I am in the jet stream on solid wings. And from these heights, I cannot tell if it is the sun or my future as I fly along on the wings of my dreams. Fly high, Alessa, fly high.
Hi, Alessa. Just want you to know we are very proud of you and love you very much. And you have the maturity to handle this whole military career. You're just going to do fantastic and very proud of you. And we love you. And I really don't like talking on camera, so you got a little bit out of me.
Hi, AJ. Thank you so much for being my friend. I'm so proud of you. You're going to be an amazing nurse. Go, AJ!
Hey! I'm so proud of you. And I'm so glad we got to live together this last year. Your last year of school. And man, I have never met somebody so hardworking and staying up late so much and all the work you put into it, and it's really paying off, and I'm really proud of you, and I'm proud to be your sister. I love you.
Hi, Alessa. I love you. I'm so proud of you.
I love you, Alessa, and I am so proud of you, and I'm sure your sister is as well.
I'm so excited for you. I'm really proud of you. It's been such a long journey, and I'm so excited to finally here. Yay! Congratulations.
See you in Rhode Island.
But, you know, and I'm trying to...
Hi, Alessa. Just want to tell you how proud we are. We love you so much. You've worked so hard. Gary and I are just so blessed to know you and be a part of your life. We hope that the next years ahead will just be filled with awesome things for you. Love you.
He was working on nursing too, and I was like, oh, you should check out Walla Walla. That's where I want to go. And everything.
Yep.
And then how many months passed? Several.
Yeah, it was like 6 months. Yeah, like
at least 6
later.
months. And I show up on the first day of school and he's sitting there.
Yep.
And I was like, Jim, what are you doing here? And he goes, well, you told me to check out the school, so here I am.
Yep.
Long story short, but...
Then 2 years later, we graduate.
Yeah! Woo! It's pretty great. Also, his wife, she works at the VA. And she graduated in May before we started school in August. And so she was looking for a job and I was like, oh, you should look at the VA. And she did, and she got a job. I feel like as I was leaving, I brought in someone good. So it made me feel good.
You went to see me in the hospital. Yeah. You took it, put it in.
And I grabbed it and was like,
I was so glad that there was
you remember what you
I love you so much.
You did it all, baby.